All right, everyone, welcome back. As I continue on with my Fight and Feast marathon, it is time to try the second recipe out of the Street Fighter cookbook right here. All right, now this one is interesting. Let me put it this way. This one is made from scratch, meaning there's no like pre-made ingredients to combine. Instead, this is something you have to do by yourself from scratch. My wife has never made anything like this before. All right, and quite frankly, following this recipe, I don't really think it works that well. Okay, let me explain. So here's what we're doing. It's called chicken Baozi, and this is supposed to be the recipe of Yoon, the other one of the brothers from Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. If you remember, the previous recipe I just tried was from Yang. Well, this one is from Yoon. So this is called chicken Baozi, completely different. As you can see, what it's supposed to be is a handmade chicken dumpling that you would make the dough, make the filling all yourself, season it, bread it, fry it, right? All of that. It's pretty crazy. Now, allow me to go through, first of all, the explanation of the recipe, chicken Baozi, and then let me tell you the story, because my wife just told me the story, okay? Here we go. Ready? Here we go. When I visited Yoon's food stall, I asked to see his best version of the restaurant's namesake, the Shoryuken, but he confessed he didn't even know how. I was happy to try to reach him to teach him my version, but I don't think he quite got the hang of it. We did manage to work up a huge hunger and demolish an order of Yoon's favorite chicken Baozi. Doesn't say much about the recipe, does it? So here's how it works. It's supposed to be a sweet and savory dough made of dry yeast, some warm water, canola oil, flour, cornstarch, baking powder, fennel seed, sugar, and salt. The filling is made from the following: ground chicken, scallion, shiitake mushroom, ginger, cloves, soy sauce, garlic cloves, excuse me, soy sauce, some Shaoxing wine, sesame oil, sugar, salt, black pepper, and cornstarch. What you're supposed to do is make the dough. In the dough, you're then supposed to make the filling. You have to cook the filling, add it to the center of the dough, and then you're supposed to attempt to steam the dough in a frying pan. All right? Now, here's what they say to do. Let's listen to this. Place a large pan over medium-high heat with canola oil. Add the bao to the pan. Make sure to give each a ½ inch of space around itself. Pan fry the bao till the bottoms turn golden brown. Then add water. Cover and let steam for 5 minutes until the water has evaporated completely. My wife did that. And she went literally word by word by this recipe. And when she was done, she cut into it, and all the filling was completely uncooked and raw. So here's what this tells me, okay? This recipe is essentially, if you have like a kitchen that's made for doing this kind of food, if you maybe have a giant pan, if you maybe are used to steaming food or whatever, but she literally went word for word by the recipe, did all that work, and the whole first batch was raw. And she's like, what the hell? She went, again, by the recipe. It wasn't like she skipped steps. She went by the recipe, did everything it said, and the filling was not done. Okay? Did I say pre-cooked meat? Hold on. No, because she said that basically it's supposed to cook in it. Here. No, here it is. Here's how you make the filling, okay? Word for word. Combine all the ingredients in a bowl until just mixed without overworking it. Divide it into 16 equal portions. The filling might be a bit loose, but try to form it into round portions. Freeze for 20 minutes, and then put it in the bao, and then you cook and steam the bao. You're not supposed to pre-cook the filling, according to this recipe. So she went word for word from the recipe, and the filling was completely raw after cooking it. So how do you think that made her feel? Shitty. She did all that work. So she said, well, I want to at least, I want to salvage the meal. Obviously, either the recipe is bunk, or the recipe is assuming maybe you have like a restaurant grade giant frying pan or something. Like, she couldn't figure it out. She did everything the recipe said. So here's what she did. I mean, lemons from lemonade, or lemonade from lemons, excuse me. And she took them and baked them. So essentially what we have now are baked dumplings. Okay? So the good news is the filling is cooked, and the filling should taste good. But I'm not going to get a dumpling consistency on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a baked bao, right? It's not supposed to be baked. It's supposed to be fried and steamed, but she did that and it didn't work. It was raw in the middle. So I have to call what happened with this recipe, like, the, you know, whoever the author is. You have to understand the recipe you made essentially is not correct, or maybe isn't for a newbie. Maybe you're assuming we all have these giant frying pans and stuff to do this in. We don't. We were using a regular frying pan. It's kind of a bummer, you know, because she did a lot of work to get these ready. Oh, yeah, she had a lid on it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, she did everything right, and it was still raw in the middle. She's like, we can't eat raw chicken. You get sick, you know? So what we're going to do is we're going to try this now. Even, I guess one thing it says is, if this were a dumpling, maybe you would dip this in, like, some soy sauce. Well, it's a baked good now. So you're not really going to dump that in a soy sauce. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to eat it. So I'm going to try it. It's supposed to be Chicken Bao Yoon's recipe from Street Fighter 3, but it's not exactly how it's supposed to be because the recipe didn't seem to be correct. Okay? Okay, now, see exactly, Chef D says you should have marked them and finished them in a bamboo steamer. That's what I just said to my wife. I said, wait a minute. When you go to a dim sum place, they don't fry the stuff in a pan. They put it in a steamer. It's in the actual stacked, like, bamboo steamers, and then that's how they cook it. So why are they telling you to do it on a pan on the other? Doesn't even make sense. I don't know. Anyway, guys, let's try it. At least the previous recipe I liked. I'm not saying, you know, I'm gonna be fair. All right, we're gonna judge on the flavor of the dough and the flavor of the filling, and pretend like it wasn't supposed to be a dumpling, I guess. Okay? It smells good, by the way. So let's see. You know what's funny? That filling tastes like the filling that you would get in, like, a pot sticker. You ever had, like, a pot sticker? That's exactly what it tastes like. I'll try it again. Wow. Wow. Yo, the filling is the bomb. The filling tastes really good. The filling is outstanding. Yum. Mmm. The filling is super good. It's cooked through. It's sweet. It's salty and savory. It's got spice. Like I said, it tastes like a high-end pot sticker that you would get at any dim sum restaurant or even Chinese restaurant. The difference is it's not dough that's chewy like dim sum. It's cooked, right? But dude, the filling is absolutely outstanding. It's good. Admittedly, if it weren't baked, would it be a little better? Yes, because it would be moister. The dough is good around the edge. The dough tastes good, but it's dry. Why? Because it wasn't supposed to be baked like this. It was supposed to be a softer dough that was steamed. But the filling is absolutely outstanding. So I would say the components of the recipe are good. The cooking instructions were wrong. Because if we were able to pull these off and steam it properly like it was supposed to be, this would have been dead on correct to what the recipe was trying to do. I ate the whole filling. That's really good. Wow. Yo, that's really, really tasty filling. I'm going to eat the other one. I can't resist. It's so good. Super good. So, the chicken bao from Yoon in the Street Fighter Cookbook. The filling, top notch. Absolutely delicious. The dough tastes good, but It's supposed to be steamed, and it's not because we couldn't cook it that way because the recipe was wrong. So, what gives? Come on, man. The recipe was almost perfect. It was good, but not great. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to eat the rest of the... I'm going to eat the filling of this one. This is super good. A lot more in that one. None for Kat. Are you kidding me? She made like 10 downstairs. There's a ton down there. Wow, it's good. I really like it. People want to know if they can have one. Yeah. What you can do is you can buy the cookbook. You can make it yourself. It'll be delicious. I'm telling you, the filling is outstanding. It's ground chicken with all these different ingredients like scallions and other things. Yo, it's really good. That's super duper good. Very delicious filling. I love it. Juicy. It's very moist and juicy. Yeah, that's the problem. The dough was supposed to be steamed. Because it's not, it ends up being crunchy dough, which you don't really want with this kind of, you know, it's supposed to be a dumpling. It's not really a dumpling. It's a baked good. Oh, I can't stop eating the filling. It's so good. I've been married for just over 4 years. We got married in April 2019. So there you go. And it's been a great 4 years of my life, let me tell you. The best 4 years I've lived. Man. Wow. Amazing. Again, the dough tastes fine, but it's dry because it's supposed to be steamed dough that's supposed to be moist that you dip in like a soy sauce. So, but the filling is super duper good. I'm going to tell her save them, and we can warm them up, and we can have the filling. We have these as snacks. But, you know, being that they're not really, you know, it's not dim sum. It's supposed to be dim sum, and it's not dim sum. Because the recipe's steaming ingredients, or steaming instructions, excuse me, are incorrect. But I like it a lot. Super good. So, Yoon's Chicken Bao. Filling is absolutely outstanding. Dough tastes great. Sadly, steaming ingredients don't seem to be correct for a standard kitchen. Perhaps if I had a steaming kitchen. But, again, it blows my mind. When you steam dim sum, do they not tell you to put it in the steaming bamboo stackers and you steam them in there? That's how they cook. So why are they telling you to try to steam them in a pan? And what made them think that it was going to cook through? Baked, that filling is absolutely delicious. Gourmet level. That's exactly how I would expect it to taste in a restaurant. So, I am pleased. I would say that also was a pretty big hit. That was really delicious. And like I said, I'm going to tell her to save the rest so that we can have just the filling alone. You know, toss it in the microwave or toss it in the oven for a few minutes. Eat that filling. That filling is amazing. So, tasty. Good. Chicken Bao. Yoon's Chicken Bao from the Street Fighter Cookbook. It's good, but don't try to steam it in a pan like they say. They don't know what they're talking about. Get a real steamer. All right? Good stuff. That's 2 recipes down, both good. We got one more coming, actually, and I'm curious what the third one's going to be. But anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Leave some comments, and I'll see you later.